Hi, my name is Tiffany Overbey. I'm a graduate dietetics student from Eastern Illinois University, and today we're going to talk about macronutrients. Do you know what macronutrients are? Well, I'm going to tell you. It's the stuff that you eat. It's what foods are made of. Carbohydrate, fat, and protein are the macronutrients that make up our food, and they are the only things that give you energy. Energy to run, walk, play, dance, even sleep. Every movement you make takes energy, and macronutrients give you that energy. First, let's talk about the macronutrient that gives you most of your energy, carbohydrates. There are three main types of carbohydrates: sugar, starch, and fiber. You probably know sugar as the white stuff you add to foods or use in baking, but it comes in many forms and is already present in lots of foods. Sugar gives you fast energy, but also slows you down faster. So when you eat a high sugar food like a candy bar, you might have a lot of energy for a little while, but then you will start to feel tired and hungry. Starch is the next type of carbohydrate. It's what usually comes to mind when we think of carbohydrates. Bread, pasta, rice, these are all made of starch. Starch is made from lots and lots of sugar molecules linked together, and that makes it harder for our bodies to digest and give us that energy, which means we get more energy and it stays with us longer. Unlike sugar, where you get a whole bunch of energy all at once and then you're ready to come crashing down and take a nap. The last type of carbohydrate we are going to talk about is fiber. Now, fiber doesn't actually give us energy. Our bodies can't actually digest fiber. So why do we eat it? And is it good for us? The answer is yes, it is very good for us. Fiber helps our digestive system, like our intestines, work better. It helps us go to the bathroom. Carbohydrates are in bread, pasta, rice, vegetables, fruits. Almost all foods contain some carbohydrate. And the best kinds are vegetables and whole grains. These are mostly starch and fiber. The second macronutrient we're going to talk about is fat. Fats are found in lots of foods naturally and give us the most energy for the amount, which means a gram of fat gives us over twice as much energy as a gram of carbohydrate or protein. So we need to be careful how much fat we eat, because if you get more energy than your body needs, it stores that energy and it stores it as fat in our bodies. We need some of that fat for our bodies to work normally, but too much or too little can be harmful. If a fat is liquid at room temperature, it's actually called an oil. And oils are unsaturated fat, which is good fat. Oils are very good for us. They keep our hearts and brains healthy. But too much of these good fats can still be harmful. Fat also helps us absorb some very important vitamins. Nuts, avocados, fish, and oils are all very healthy foods that have good fats. There are some kinds of fats that are not so healthy though, like the kind we get in butter and the kind you see on meats. This is saturated fat and it's solid at room temperature. The third macronutrient we're going to talk about is protein. Protein is extremely important. In fact, it's so important that our body tries to use carbohydrates and fat for energy first before using protein, so that protein can do all the other things that it needs to in our bodies. Protein's kind of like a little mechanic in our body going around and fixing things. It makes all the structures of our bodies: hair, skin, nails, bones, muscles, and all our organs have protein in them. Protein also helps us from getting sick by helping build our immune system. Protein's found in many foods. Meat, fish, nuts, seeds, vegetables, grains, and beans are all good sources of protein. So now you know what macronutrients are and that they give us energy. Now you can impress your friends with all this knowledge.